Greetings to all the loyal fans out there. I hope your day is going fantastic because, let me tell you, today we have some absolutely incredible news for the team. Yesterday was a packed day, with the team taking on a rare doubleheader. Honestly, I have no idea why they scheduled it like that when they could have just played on Saturday. But regardless, they took the field and came out victorious, beating the Toronto Blue Jays in both games. With that, they clinched the series, taking 2 out of the 3 games played. It was a fantastic performance, and there are a few players who really deserve a special shout-out. First, we need to talk about one of the biggest standouts of the moment. This player just smashed his 8th home run of the season, and he is currently hitting an incredible .460. That is right, 8 home runs, 27 runs batted in, an on-base percentage of .500, and an OPS plus of 127. Not to mention an OPS that is absolutely off the charts at 246. If you rewind back to last April, we all remember how rough it was for him. He struggled badly, hitting just .177 with 4 home runs throughout the month. It was a tough start, no doubt about it. But after that, he flipped the script in a major way. He finished the rest of the season batting .322, set a personal best for batting average, and crushed 58 home runs. It was one of those seasons you just do not forget. Now, heading into this season, expectations were sky high. And let me tell you, he is delivering. Watching him start off this hot is just pure joy. Since April 27, 2024, his numbers have been simply absurd. We're talking about a .364 batting average, 62 home runs, 158 runs batted in, and a monstrous OPS of 1,258. These are numbers you usually only hear about when you're talking about the all-time legends. And he has done it across more than 159 games. Absolutely remarkable. The big question on everyone's mind right now is, can he reach 60 home runs this season? He already has 8. If he can repeat the kind of run he had from May through September last year, there's a real shot. Having 8 homers already with a batting average over .400 is just something you do not see very often. He is on a mission, chasing his 3rd MVP award, and honestly, it would be well-deserved. And here is an interesting stat that I wish I could show you visually, but you're going to want to hear this. There are only a few players in the entire history of baseball who have managed to post 4 seasons with 50 home runs. Big names like Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Babe Ruth, and Barry Bonds, some of the greatest sluggers of all time, did not even make that list. Right now, this player has 3 50-homer seasons under his belt. If he manages to pull it off again this year, he will join Ruth, McGwire, and Sosa as the only players to ever have 4 50-homer seasons. And, even crazier, he would be on track to possibly become the first player in history with 5 50-homer seasons if he can do it again in the future. Just let that sink in for a second. It is unbelievable how good he has been and continues to be. Switching gears now to talk about another player who stepped up in a big way. This guy took the mound in the first game of that doubleheader against Toronto and delivered 6 strong innings. He allowed just 1 earned run, walked 2 batters, and struck out 3. For the season so far, he has racked up 5 wins without a single loss. His ERA stands at a ridiculous 1.43. Over 37 innings pitched, he has tallied 33 strikeouts. Before yesterday's game, his ERA was even lower, sitting at 1.42. It went up by a hair after his outing, but it just shows how dominant he has been this year. Now, could he keep up this insane pace for the entire season? Probably not. That is almost impossible. But even if he regresses a little, he might still end up finishing with an ERA in the low 2s, which would be absolutely phenomenal. Either way, the signing of this guy has been a massive win for the team. He's been as good as anyone could have hoped for, and then some. Moving on, let's revisit a conversation we had about another player last week. Remember, we talked about how he might need to be sent down to fix his struggles at the plate? Everybody knows he is an outstanding defender. No one questions that. But offensively, it just was not clicking for him. Well, it looks like he heard the chatter because he had himself a weekend. Over the past few games, he boosted his batting average by 26 points. His on-base plus slugging went from .696 to .770. That is a significant jump. During the weekend, He went 4 for 7 at the plate, including a home run and a double. That Sunday game was especially important for him. He needed a breakout performance like that to regain some confidence. Now, the challenge is going to be maintaining that momentum. It is one thing to have a good weekend. It is another thing entirely to string together solid performances week after week. But for now, he deserves a ton of credit. That weekend could be a real turning point for him. Earlier in the season, things are looking rough. At one point, he had just 7 hits in 54 at-bats, which, let's be honest, is not going to cut it at this level. There was real talk about sending him down to AAA to work things out. And maybe that is still on the table if he cannot sustain this turnaround. But games like he had this weekend are exactly what he needed to show that he can make adjustments and fight through slumps. He raised his OPS to 770, and that is a number you can work with moving forward. At the same time, another player is quietly having a solid start to the season. He is hitting .278 with an on-base percentage of .351 and an OPS plus of 102. He is right in the mix for the starting third baseman role, which has turned into a bit of a rotation between him and another guy. Right now, he is getting more at-bats and making the most of them. Sure, the power numbers are not exactly eye-popping yet, but the batting average is strong, and he has been playing some excellent defense at the hot corner. As the season moves along, it will be interesting to see how the playing time shakes out when everyone is healthy again. One thing is for sure, he is making a strong case to stick around and continue contributing. And speaking of young players, there is one rookie who has been drawing a lot of attention and some criticism from the fans. The expectations for this kid are sky high. Right now, he is hitting .238 with 2 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Ideally, you would want to see an OPS around 710 for a rookie trying to establish himself. Well, he is sitting at a .726 OPS and an OPS plus of 109, which, if you ask me, is pretty solid for a rookie campaign. If he can keep his OPS around the 700 mark throughout the season, that would actually be a great accomplishment for a first-year player. Sure, you always hope for even more, but sustaining the kind of performance over a full season would set him up nicely for the future. Historically, there have been rookies who finished their first years with OPS numbers in that same ballpark and went on to have fantastic careers. If this rookie can keep it steady, there is every reason to believe he will develop into a star. Based on the pace he is at, he could end the year with 15 to 20 home runs, and that would be an outstanding rookie season by any standard. It is important to remember that not every prospect bursts onto the scene with fireworks right away. Development takes time, and so far, he is showing a lot of encouraging signs, even if he is not lighting up the stat sheet every night. Consistency is the name of the game, and he is laying down the foundation for a very bright future. Here we go, moving on to another situation that definitely needs to be addressed. Unfortunately, not everything has been sunshine and rainbows this season. One player, in particular, has been struggling badly out of the bullpen. His ERA is over 11, and he has not been able to rack up many saves, which clearly points to a very rough year. At this point, the decision to remove him from the closer role was absolutely necessary. There really was no other choice left. You simply cannot have your closer giving up runs at that rate and expect to win consistently. It is never easy to make those changes, but it was the right move for the team. Now, whenever you have a situation like this, you're going to hear some backlash from fans, especially when it involves players that were part of high-profile trades. Some people are quick to criticize a trade that involved sending away a talented player. But if you actually take a step back and look at the bigger picture, the moves the team made are paying off in other ways. For example, one pitcher who was acquired in a deal has been absolutely phenomenal. His ERA is minuscule, and he has been lights out every time he has taken a mound. That kind of production from the bullpen is invaluable over the course of a long season. On top of that, another player the team picked up through waivers has quietly been outstanding too. He has not allowed an earned run yet this season, which is just remarkable. Getting that kind of performance from a waiver claim is something that can really shift the momentum of a bullpen and help stabilize things. It is easy to forget how much depth matters until you see a guy like that step up and deliver time after time. It does not stop there. A third bullpen arm, who many thought might just be a depth piece, has also been very solid. His ERA is in a good place, and he has provided quality innings when called upon. When you add all of this up, it is clear that the front office has made several smart, under-the-radar moves that are now paying dividends. While it is understandable to feel frustrated about the struggles of one player, focusing only on that without recognizing the overall improvement does not do justice to how much better the bullpen has become. Right now, it is all about finding the right roles for everyone. With the former closer no longer finishing games, it opens up opportunities for other arms to step up and prove they can handle high-leverage situations. And from the looks of it, there are several candidates emerging who seem more than ready for that challenge. It is going to be exciting to watch how things develop over the next few weeks. Bullpens are living, breathing organisms that change constantly throughout a season. The key is to stay flexible and adjust based on performance, and that is exactly what this team is doing. It is important for fans to recognize that even though not every move is going to be a home run, the overall strategy is clearly working. The bullpen is stronger today than it was a month ago, and that bodes well for the long grind of the season ahead. There is every reason to be optimistic that, with the new arms stepping up and taking on bigger roles, the team is going to be in a much better position to close out games and secure crucial wins as the race tightens later in the year. Sometimes, struggles lead to growth, and this could be one of those moments where the adversity faced early in the season ends up forging a stronger, more resilient bullpen down the stretch. The important thing is that the team is not sitting around hoping things get better. They're making proactive moves to address the issues. That is the kind of mindset that champions are made of. And if these new bullpen pieces continue to deliver like they have been, this could be the start of something very special. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Machado's move to the Yankees represents not only a huge addition to their already potent lineup, but also a major shift in the MLB landscape. For years, the Yankees have been in the hunt for an elite player capable of taking them back to the pinnacle of baseball glory, and with Machado's arrival, they may have just found the missing piece. Known for his powerful bat and exceptional defensive skills, Machado brings an immediate upgrade to the Yankees' infield and an added layer of star power to a team that already includes the likes of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. The deal has raised plenty of questions, particularly regarding the future of several players currently occupying similar positions. With Machado now in the fold, it's expected that he will take over at third base, a position the Yankees have struggled to solidify in recent years. The move could also have ripple effects on the team's financial structure, with Machado likely to command a hefty salary, adding to the already significant payroll that New York is known for. While some critics have raised concerns about the long-term financial implications of such a deal, there's no doubt that Machado's skill set will make an immediate impact on the Yankees' chances in both the American League East and the postseason. The Yankees are widely considered one of the favorites to make a deep playoff run next season, and adding a player of Machado's caliber only bolsters their chances. For the Padres, the news of Machado's departure is undoubtedly a tough pill to swallow. Machado has been a key contributor to their success over the past several seasons, and his presence in the clubhouse will be sorely missed. However, the Padres now face a new chapter, with their focus shifting to the future and potential moves to retool the roster. This deal has already sparked heated debates among MLB fans, with many wondering if the Yankees' bold move will pay off or if it will backfire in the long run. Regardless, one thing is certain. With Manny Machado joining the New York Yankees, the baseball world will be watching closely to see how this high-profile acquisition shapes the future of the sport. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.